Okay, this is all the API we have. I'll repeat it once again. We are using the inner class, means all the classes we are writing in a one class. You can write in different classes as well. So for discussion, this we have mapper class, this is the reducer class, and this is the driver class. So let's see, we have an input file, a rat, cat, mat, mat, dog, cat, dog, rat. Okay, this is what my data. First of all, what happened? We are using what? Input format. Input format is what? How the data will split into line by line. So it will split into line by line. So why? Because we are using the input format text. Even the output will come into text format. Okay. So it will split into line by line. Okay. Now after this, the algo say what? This line by line is what? It's every line is what? Single record. So this record will taken in what? Key value pairs. So who will perform this job? Record reader, writer. So this is what we have. This we have a 3 record. One record will be given one by one. The record will be given to that, and this record will convert into what? Key value pairs. So key is what? Rat, cat. Sorry, key is what? Offset value. So I'm just writing here 0 to what? It's a 0 to 10. This is the range, and the V1 is nothing. It's your content. Okay, this is what the content of the line, the record, sorry, and so on. We have same record, like other record will come. So range only what? 11 to 20, and the record will be what? Mad dog. Okay, so on it will give you the record. Now this record will be passed to mapper. So mapper will get what? Data and key value pairs. What is K1 and V1? So let's see. This is what the mapper class. The logical name of the class is what? Map, which extend the properties of Mapreduce base. You can see here. Mapreduce base is here, right? This is all the classes we have imported here. Mapreduce base implement, and this is one interface. We have mapper. Mapper. This is a default parameter of mapper. Long writable text and text int writable. Okay, the default parameter of mapper, which depends upon the input format we are using. We are using the text input format, so it's coming so long writable text and text int writable. Okay, so we have, if you make it the reference, what exactly long writable here? K1, and this is what? V1. What is text here? Mapper or mapper input. This referred what? Mapper input. Mapper input is what? K1, V1. Mapper output is what? K2. Let me go back. So this is the mapper input K1, V1. Mapper output is what? K2 or V2. right? Now this input I have to convert into this, right? So what we'll do, this input I will split into, every record will split into line by line. Let's see. That for write method, that's override. Long writable, this is the parameter, I write it the same with a reference. Long writable is referred by key. Text is referred by value. This is the output of the mapper. Output of the mapper is being collected by a class that is called output collector. You can see here, this is the output collector. Inside I write the K2V2 and this is a reference output. Reporter will generate the report of your job. Okay. So now we'll see here. First of all, we'll take this all the record. This is the record you have. We'll convert into the string. So that I write it. Okay. This line has to be split into sorry. So it will convert data into, this is the record and referred by line, right? It is not referred by line. All the line will come. I'll show you the sample line, right? Now this line has to split into word by word, right? So I'm writing a method, class, string tokenizer, or else you can write your logic as well. You have to not follow mine. You can write your own logic. The objective is that you have to split the line into word by word. So I'm using the predefined class here, and for that I have already imported this class. So I pass this, see here, line. Okay. And I will define the delimiter here as well. What is the delimiter of my data? Comma. No. If you will not define the delimiter, it will take the space. So whenever it gets the space, it will display the data. Okay. Clear, sir? So while now this data is what? Split into, just showing you. After passing this, it will split into line by line. All the data will split into. Okay. Split into word by word, but we have to assign something, right? Assign is what? Value we have to write it. 1, 1, 1 we have to assign. So that will get the final output. How to assign this value? This all the data is being referred in tokenizer. So tokenizer dot has more tokens. It will read all into the tokenizer. So it will read one by one. Tokenizer has more tokens. Condition is true. It will read it from first. Value dot set tokenizer dot next token. So which token you read? That, which has been set a value. A value is referred your text. So let me write it here. This logical. I'm not more focused on to the Java. That's all the Java. We have the collection. Will have the Java session. Will show you all this thing, the collection. But how it is working, just logical flow. I'm writing here. So text that. Public static class reduce extend. Sorry. Value dot set. Now I will call output collector class. Output collector, remember what it is? This is the output collector, which collect the output. Output is what? Text and writable. So text is what referred by value, and value what we have said, the token which we have. So better you write it value. Okay. So what is the value it's told me whole here? Values right now what we have? Rat. And what is the value here? We pass this, you can write it 1, 2, 3, but logic says you have to write it 1. Okay, sir. This is what we have, 1. Why 1? What data you want? 2? I'm coming to that one. Okay. So 1 is there. Public static class. Now this output will pass to whom? This is what big. This is what your mapper output, right? 1 and so on. 1, 1, right? This output in which format, sir? It would be in your K2 and B2, right? We are checked it. So this output will become your, okay, sorry. So, all right, that one. And this is what your mapper output. Right, sir. This mapper output will pass to whom? Sorry. Right, sir. This is the mapper output. This mapper output will pass to whom? We'll have shuffle and sorting, right? Shuffle and sorting. Once complete, I will get back to you. And what are the questions on the chat window? Will answer you. So let me complete this. Shuffle and sorting. Shuffle and sorting say what? The word which looks similar. We'll put it together. So let's make the category. What word is what? One, rat. Cat is another category. So I will put into another category rat. Mat is another category. Mat 1. Dog is another category. Cat already we have, so we'll put the same category. Cat, dog. You can see there's a, what are the category? Rat. So on. The file is big. You can write the data in that way. Sorry. So, okay. And it should be sorted as well. So they should come first. then seek should come. Okay, and so on the data will be grouped. So this is still K2. I'm not writing that equal as the data. Let's make it dog1. Okay, I'm not writing equal. So as the data will be there, the words it will group it K2 V2. Now we have some concepts here: K2 V2, K1 V1, key value. What exactly? In Java we have one topic that's called collection, in which hash map and hash table, the same concept I'm using here. It's nothing different something we have writing. The same concept we have key and V1. So this process going on to the hash map. There's a process in hash map. The conditions say what? It won't allow to process duplicate key. It won't allow to process a duplicate key. So we have multiple duplicate keys here, right? The counting is the repetition is there. You can see a K2 is what? Dog. Again the K2 is what? Dog. Right. So we cannot process this part. So what we'll do, we'll make the list of value. List of value. Now you see here. Now no matter dog comes 2 twice or thrice, dog will a unique key, a list of value. So you see here, okay, it's a list of value, right? We'll have the same for cat as well. And so on it will be. Okay, now this is what this output will pass to whom? This is, you can see, sorted as well, DCMR, the sorted data. This output will pass to whom? Reducer as the input, right? Reducer as a input. So when you pass this data, when you're passing this data, when you're passing this data, you're passing this output, what you have, it will pass to one key and it will process. Reducer, what happens? Public static class will have the same. Mapper output becomes reducer input, right? So the parameter will remain the same. Mapper output parameter is what? K2 text entitlement. We have what? Text entitlement. Okay. And mapper output, reducer output is what? K3 V3, the text entitlement. And see here. And now let me take one value, for example, and the dog, right? Public void read. I have to just count this data. Someone asked me why I'm putting the data of 1 here. Okay, so say void reduce. You see here, the same parameter I passed. Reduces text is represented by key. This is the key, and this is what value. So K2, and we have list of values. So I put the iterator, multiple occurrence we have. And again, this is the reducer output. Output is being collected by output collector. Text and writable will pass, and same reporter we have. Okay, now see. We have one variable. So this is what the variable we have, sum. Copy this. This is the one value sum. Now I will count this value. Value dot hasNet. It will read the first value. The value is what? Correct. Yes, condition is true. Sum will increment. See here, sum is, it's not normal incremental. Sum plus plus or sum plus 1 plus 1. It's saying that value dot next dot get. Meaning, what the value have read, what you have read here, 1, it will increment by, that's very standard increment. How many times it will increment? 3 times it will increment. See here, 1, 1, 1. And it will give you what value? Because once condition will false, it will come out from the loop. Output dot collect, collector will call, and the value is what? Key. Key is what? Cat. And the value is what? Sum is equal to what? So 3. So this is how it's coming. Okay. Public static void main, the main method you see here, we have a job con. This is the main configuration. Who is giving the final output? Reducer. So reducer final output is what? K3V3. So this is what we have mentioned. Some of the program it will write the mapper output as well. That's not mandatory. What are the classes you are using in your job for this job? 2 classes you are using, map class and reduce class. So the logical class name it is written here. Input format you have used what? Text. You have given the input as a text file. Even you are expecting the output in text. So according to that sequence, this is where you have passed the argument for the input path and the output path. Okay, and from here it will initialize the job. Okay, so this is the complete flow. This is all we have. The job which will learn how to create a jar file using Eclipse. So while using the Eclipse, you have to import this all the jar file which is in your Hadoop tar file. We have given the Hadoop 1.x tar file. In that all the tar file will be there. We have to import it, and by using the Eclipse, we can create a jar file. So what we have done, we have used the predefined jar file, right? We have used the predefined jar file, right? For this job, this is the jar file we have used, predefined jar file. The same job will use by, okay. All right. So by using this jar file, by using this code, we'll create a jar file and we'll see how it works. All right. So go back. And this is what we have, the code. So here the job will be coming by, like this is what we have, MR flow. This is the mapper running on 3 multiple machines. This is the mapper output is what called intermediate value. Then shuffle will happen. Shuffle, you can say logical communication between the data node, sorry. And after that, the key will be passed to every reducer, and reducer will be giving the output. So this output of the reducer will be collected what? Record, a writer will collect this and put the output into the directory which you have created at the running the jar file, right? And the output will be coming into this jar, this directory which you have defined, output test. The success is nothing. If the program runs successfully, it will be given. Log is nothing. Your what are the logs you have generated for this job will show you configuration and the resource has been taken. And this file will have your complete output. If you go back and check it from your cluster, see here, this is the output. If you see the what is the job status, job ID, we will see in the next session how we find out what are the resources being used for this particular job. So what is job ID for this? 003, right? This is the job ID 003. So I will see this job. How much time it has been taken to run the job? 003, right? This is what the job we have. and we'll see what time has been taken for run the job. 10 seconds. This is small file, so it will take 10 seconds. So you can come and check it from here. This is all the resources is being used. This is the mapper job. This is the reducer job. Reduce, copy, short data, and then reducer. And these are the resource is being used. We'll see in the next session what are the resources we are using. Okay, and for this job, this is all the configuration has been set. So the configuration we have discussed, there's a very standard configuration which you can tune your job. That's called configuration tuning. So what are this tuning, what are the configuration, why we use, and for how many jobs it can be handled by this configuration in terms of failure of the job. It's a configuration tuning that is being performed by the admin. Tuning, there's a two type: performance tuning, configuration tuning. Performance tuning job is given to the developer. Configuration tuning job is given to the admin. Just give me two. So that's all for today's session, guys. See you next session. All right. Thank you.